Everybody, welcome back to Tech and Prep. This is my second in a three-part series for when shit breaks, a little more modern. This is an emergency kit in case the internet goes down. As you can see on the screen here, yes, I used AI to make this. I figured you did not want to see me scribble this all out in paint or in crayon, so sue me. The first one, upper left-hand corner, financial readiness. Have some cash on hand. Have 3 to 5 days worth of cash. Store it securely and discreetly. Again, this is more for your chilling at home, you're hanging out at home, and you're kind of waiting to see what happens. Don't have 50s and 100s. Don't flash it around. 5, 10s, 20s, stuff like that. If you have to, pay someone to help you out or buy something or barter something, cash is where it's at. If the whole world goes to complete shit, then yeah, cash will eventually lose its purpose. But for the first days or weeks, until people realize that everything has actually gone to complete shit, cash is still useful. For offline access, you want to download maps, medical information, contacts, important documents to your phone, but also back up everything to an encrypted USB drive. That USB drive should be available to be opened on whether either a Mac or a PC. You'll have one of the two, and if you do it properly, just do PDFs, you should be fine. The next one is communication. Have some sort of a battery-powered solar emergency radio. They're very cheap. NOAA is kind of the main one. This will give you weather alerts. This will give you the alerts in case the government announces anything, tornado sirens, all that kind of stuff, or tornado alerts, all that kind of stuff. Make sure it's charged. Try and get one that is USB charged. And have a charged power bank. 20,000 milliamp is a good size. Make sure it's charged. Make sure you keep the cables with it. What I do is I have a power bank, and then I use a big rubber band, and I rubber band the actual cables to it so I can't lose them. If you have a power bank, you don't have the cables, you can't charge anything. Have a backup phone or an old device with offline apps if possible. Maps, stuff like that, documents. Also realize that by law in the States, even phones that don't have a SIM or active service need to be able to dial 911. That is a law. So what you can do is you can have an old phone, an old iPhone, an old Android, or even a flip phone, and essentially you can make sure that it's charged. And if it's charged, you can still dial 911, assuming that you have service. Some other ones: store water. Go for at least a gallon of water per day per person. I know more than that is good, but we're not talking necessarily sanitation. We're not talking full-on showers here. We're talking weird shit just happened and you need to hunker down for the next couple days to kind of wait it out and see what happens. Get this item called a water bob, B-O-B. It is a bladder that goes into your bathtub. It'll store 100 gallons of tap water. If you have multiple bathtubs, you get multiple water bobs. You fill it from your faucet or from the bathtub. It seals. It has a little pump on it. 100 gallons of water will last you a very long time. You could even take cold showers with that. You'd be amazed how much of a shower you can take with a couple gallons of water. You're going to focus on non-perishable food, canned goods, dry food, snacks, stuff like that, stuff that's easily eaten. But also realize, if your power goes out for 3 days, your fridge is going to go bad. You're going to want to have a plan to get that stuff out, whether you barbecue it on a propane grill, or you have some sort of a camp stove, or you have a fireplace, or a wood-burning stove or something. That shit's going to go bad. If you have a separate freezer, you need to have a wireless thermometer on it so you can tell what the temperature is. Most of those freezers, if they're full, and if they're not full, you put in 2-gallon jugs of water to freeze to get you a bigger thermal mass. Those may go for several days depending upon where you are and the temperature. And remember, the cold air sinks. So you're able to open the freezer without as much impact as opening the fridge with those doors, and all the cold air is going to come flying out. So have a plan. If you have generators, have a plan to actually power those. And if you don't have generators, have a plan to go through and eat a lot of that food before it spoils. If it does spoil, you need to get it out of the house. Also, flashlights. Have multiple flashlights, multiple methods of light. It's best to have headlamps so you have your hands free. Avoid using candles. Candles burn shit down. All right? They're cool, maybe to do s'mores on or something, but be very careful. Also have different ways of staying warm and cool depending upon the season. It's basically summer now, so we're not worried about staying hot or staying warm. We're worried more about cooling down. Blankets, sleeping bags, battery operated fans, I have one right here. I'll show on the screen. It was only like $10 or $15, and the charge will last easily overnight. If I run it when I go to bed around 10, by the time I wake up around 6 or 7, it's at like 45 or 50%. And you charge it with your solar kit, your battery, or your little crank radio, and that fan helps quite a bit. Let's see what else. Yeah, first aid kit, cash and small bills, batteries if stuff isn't USB rechargeable, multi-tools, knives, duct tape, stuff like that, trash bags. This is you hunkering down, chilling out at home, waiting to see what happens. Maybe tablets, maybe stuff like that for the kids, ways to charge that as well. I'll do another video, and I've done one in the past on kind of my solar setup. It's a small Blue Eddy and a, I forget the other brand, with 100 watt power or 100 watt power panel. So anyhow, this is my second video in the series. I'll do another one here as well. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Trying to grow my channel and trying to get information out to the masses. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.